that day, March 11, 2005, was my first time at the Golden Gate Bridge ever, and I just needed a foolproof plan.
Kevin Bertha was in debt and depressed when he tried to end his life that day on the Golden Gate Bridge.
Most people, when they look over at that view, and they see this majestic view, they see the ships, they see the seal, they see all these different things. But for somebody who's in a dark place and we get to that point of wanting to end it and we look down in that water, we see peace.
At the brink of death on that bridge, and it was a stranger, an officer that talked him off the edge and saved his life.
It was only two things that I could ever remember that he ever said. You have to be here for your daughter's birthday. And at the end of everything, he said, what did I do to help the situation and what did I do to hurt it? In 92 minutes, that's the only thing I could tell you that he said.
Closer to home in Hartford County, it was Bel Air Police Department's Corporal Alex McComas and his partner, with words of encouragement and quick actions coming to the rescue. There was a young woman in crisis last November on the top level of the parking garage in the city of Bel Air.
So you could tell there was a distress, and I immediately just began to speak with her. You know, Corporal McComas, Bel Air Police Department, here to help. Tell me your name. As I approached, there was despondency. No response, no verbal communication, 1,000-yard stare into the distance. I was able to get close enough where I put my hand on her left shoulder. And that was, in my mind, a response of, I'm here to stop anything, but a sign of comfort that, you know, we're here to help. And then Corporal Kaufman came around from my backside, and we just kind of looked at each other with that time to move. And we were able to pull her off the edge, and it was an immediate emotional response of crying.
A moment that will stick with the corporal for his entire career. He's been with the department for 25 years, and he's well aware that this location has sadly become a spot for suicides and attempts.
In some ways, that's a tragedy. In other ways, it's an opportunity. Because if we know that people are going to be going to that spot when they're attempting suicide, we can put up barriers in that spot.
To thwart those efforts, the town of Bel Air has signs in place and cameras to keep a lookout for people in crisis.
Obviously, we want to intervene well beforehand. We're 24/7 service. We're a full-service agency.
And the service is needed. While the town administrator says there have been 9 life-saving interventions over the past 10 years, there's been 5 fatalities. Cameras in Bel Air can help first responders intervene, but Dr. Paul Nestat, a psychiatrist from Johns Hopkins, says the best route is reaching your family members or friends before they get to that point.
When you have someone you care about that you're worried might be suicidal, maybe they've been withdrawn, there's been an increase in substance use, they've been not acting like themselves, they seem just different in some way, you're not seeing them as much, the best thing you can do is to ask directly, not beat around the bush, but say something like, have you been thinking about ending your life?
As a survivor, Bertha knows the devastating impact that suicide can have on individuals and families. Through the Kevin Bertha Foundation, he's dedicated to listening, raising awareness, working with mental health professionals, and helping people take steps to prevent suicide before it's too late.
You have the power to change everything, and sometimes it takes changing everything. And you have to make decisions to want to live, and it is never too late to take control of your life because you deserve to see it get better.
Now, if you or someone you know is struggling with mental health challenges, emotional distress, substance use or problems, or somebody you just need to talk, you can call or text 988 or chat at 988lifeline.org. The services are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You know, early this week, Howard County Police recognized an officer for his above and beyond response to a mental health crisis call. Officer Chris George Apolis spoke with a man in crisis and learned that one of the factors contributing to his distress was his inability to find a job. After making sure the man was okay, the officer went straight to a local business manager that he knew and secured the man an interview, and he was hired within a few days. So there is help available.